So I ventured out in the morning and I went to a local comic book show. I came home with 78 comic books. What did I pick up? And how are we going to sort them? Let's take a look up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. We have passed 5,000 subscribers, and in the next several videos, I'll be announcing the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, and we'll be doing the drawing in the beginning of 2023. So keep an eye out for videos from December. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed and watched the videos. It really means a lot to me that you guys have been aboard for this ride, and especially when I see people at shows and you share kind words. It's much appreciated, and I just enjoy sharing this hobby with you. And it's actually edifying for me to go through books and see what keys are and what books have value. Then when I go to a show, I know what to look for. So I went to the Queen's Comics Party, which in the community hit some level of fame about 3 weeks ago. We won't go into that, but there were some deals to be had. It was pretty convenient. It was only about a 30-minute drive from my house. So I ventured down and I bought some books. Now, nothing here is a huge book, and it kind of goes to this theory that I'm having about picking out a few books to grade that are, now not everyone was 9/8 contenders. If I get, a couple 9/8s out of this, probably ends up paying for the entire stack that I picked up. So the first thing I did was I went to a 50-cent bin and just kind of grabbed some books from the 50-cent bin. This is a book. So, and I also, I'm going to go through this, talking about my Slab, Sell, Spec, Save. This is a book, for some reason, I had not picked up this series when it first came out, and I've been filling that in. Through like dollar bins and stuff, Gotham Central. So that's going to go in my save pile. A couple of Charlton Westerns, Cheyenne Kid 87. These are both from the early 70s. And a Geronimo Jones number 8. This is the penultimate issue. These are going to go into the, I'm going to be doing a Western show at some point. I have been getting some books together. Sword of the Atom number 3. This was a 3-issue special miniseries. I only got the 3rd issue. So that's going to go into the, my sell pile. I've been picking this up because I got a pretty good run of this particular title, and it is Power Pack. This was lower grade than I would have liked, and I'm not sure that if I have it in the PC or not. I'm actually checking that now, but I do have to throw this in a bag and board. And let's see. As I check my own database. I've been low-key working on this run. I think I do have, I'm pretty sure I have this at somewhere, if I haven't put it into volume 2. Yeah, I have this book. So this, I clicked the wrong window. Where am I? I'm here. Okay. Green Lantern 104, nice Mike Grell cover. That'll go in the cell. Then they had all 12 issues of the Camelot 3000 miniseries. This was a big deal. It was a prestige format miniseries that began with cover date September 1982. It was 12 issues, and it took like 2.5 years to come out. The last issue came out in April 1985, so it took a while. And it's Brian Boland artwork, Mike Barr, I believe, wrote the story. So I bundled all 12 issues together. I'm going to sell this on a Whatnot sale as a bundle. Then Suicide Squad, just picked up a random issue. The Terrifics, Justice League Dark. I just grabbed this because I really like this Red Tornado cover by Michael Turner. I mean, it's not what people usually look for in a Michael Turner cover, but I thought it was cool. This is a variant of Nightwing. This I'll probably use as a giveaway. It's a facsimile of the Daredevil 183. This is a recent Fantastic Four book. I think I just like that cover. And I needed an even number so that I wasn't dealing with like 50 cents, so I got a Batman. So that's from the 50-cent pile. Nothing astounding there. So actually, these are all, yeah. Yeah, I'll put those all like and whatnot sale. So then I went to the next vendor, and they had $5 bins, but it was $20 for 5 books. So that makes it $4 a book when you get multiples of 20, and it's what I did. So I got Strange Adventures. I think it's 234. Nice 25 center. This is from 1972, so it goes into my DC 72 collection. And you may notice I'm organized. So these two boxes up on the top there, and I got right there on the top are the DC 72 boxes. I just reorganized that box. I have so many doubles. That's going to go up there. So the mess is starting to be contained. Don't look over this way. That's a work in progress. And over here and over there, outside of camera range, is definitely a work in progress. But I got the shelving built, so plenty of room for some short boxes there. Also from DC 72, Our Army at War 245. Then I just started digging. These are some books I'm going to take into the PC. Super Teen Family number 4. I do have this. I had this as a kid, but it's beat up. This is a much nicer copy. It's got that great Solomon Grundy cover with an All-Star Comics from the 1940s reprint. Super Team Family for the first several issues was a reprint, which I picked this up as a kid. I was, 9, 10 years old when this came out. And then this is issue number 5. The following issue, Superman Superboy, Batman and Eclipso. I bet it's probably from Brave and the Bold, an Origin of Eclipso. These are reprints. They were completely random from issue to issue what was in here. And then towards the latter half of the series, they started to be an ongoing storyline with a different combination of heroes in each issue. I think it ran 15 issues. Super Friends number 2. I've been picking up that run low-key. This was an Action Comics I don't think I had. And it is a little bit of a controversial cover where Superman is undressing and the boy's in bed crying. I love this Neil Adams cover. Flash 246. This, and I remember the advertisement for this in the comics. And speaking of Neil Adams covers, this goes into my spec pile. And I do have to figure out which of these copies is the nicest for the PC. It's Adventure Comics 373. This is a pretty decent copy. They'll have a little bit of tanning and, could use some work maybe. But, I mean, it's not a pricey book. But his first appearance of the Tornado Twins, who are the grandchildren? Children or grandchildren? Barry Allen, when he goes to the future. Neil Adams cover. And then Adventure Comics 371. This is the first appearance of Chemical King. And if you're watching the channel, I've been picking up those first appearances of Legion characters. So that's a spec. It goes in the spec pile. Put the spec pile over here. Then just a Frank Miller Daredevil. That's nice. This is a third of a 3-parter. And I picked up this like last week too. I'm still looking for a really high grade copy. I'm not sure. I think this was around the time I was getting a subscription through the mail, which means they're not high grade copies that are on my PC. Third of a 3-part Justice League Justice Society crossover with the New Gods, and this is the second issue that George Perez did, artwork on the Justice League after the untimely death of Dick Dillon. That's going for sale. This is also going on the PC, Adventures on the Planet of the Apes. I just picked up like an eBay, I think it was an eBay lot or no, I think it was a Whatnot lot of like issues 2 through, it might have been the end of the series. I needed one, lower grade. Then I picked up these, I think these are always the right price, these Adventure Comics with the Spectre, Michael Fleischer stories, Jim Aparo art and covers. Those are really awesome. That's 432, 33, and 34. The Spectre issues in Adventure Comics, which at a point they were known as Weird Adventure Comics, because DC in the early 70s, everything was weird. Weird Western, Weird Worlds, Weird War. Might have been one other weird. It wasn't the official title, Weird Adventure, but it looked like that on the newsstand. The Spectre run ran from issues 431 to 440. So that'll go for sale. And then this Lois Lane, it does have a pop-top staple, but that cover I thought was really cool. And I like it's a very white cover for its age. Then trying to fill out the PC, a couple of Shazam issues, number 12, 100-pager. I think I might have this, but I haven't cataloged it. And then number 30. Unfortunately, I didn't notice at first there's a big crease there, but that'll be a nice placeholder. Then I picked up this. It looks really good from the front. There's a little bit of dings and dents on the back, so it's not a 9.8 contender. So that'll just go in the sale pile. Then Wonder Woman 212. I believe this is going PC. I'm trying to, if I find this was what, $2? No, this was a $2 pile. No, this was a $4. No, this was. Wait a minute, I'm confused. This was the $4 pile. These books reached $4. I processed them in reverse order. I got confused. $4. And at this point in the Wonder Woman series, she was no longer in the Justice League because she'd lost her powers about 3 years earlier, 3 or 4 years. And then she got her powers back, and they were doing World War II stories, but she wasn't in the Justice League. And when I was a kid, she was not a member of the Justice League until issue 126, maybe, somewhere around there. But leading up to that, in her own series, they would have Justice Leaguers cameo and kind of chronicle her adventures, and they would be on the cover to make sure that she was up to snuff for the Justice League. She's friggin' Wonder Woman. Come on. Anyway, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 197. I needed that for the Superboy run. And then picking up these Charltons. I might already have this, but a couple of Judo Masters. Now, note with Charltons, these are the Charltons. These are from 1967. There's the modern reprints from the 70s have a big blue circle. And that's easy to get confused for some of the keys, like Blue Beetle 1, Captain Atom 83, etc. I grabbed this Batgirl. Number 1, New 52, Adam Hughes cover. This is the 3rd print. And people have been through it before, and I was shocked this book was still there for $4. And it does have some it's had some moisture, but I think it's still, there are no creases, no ticks on the book. It's rippled. So this, with some pressing, could come out high grade. And it is Conan the Barbarian 241. I mean, maybe people just don't recognize this book, but this is a Todd McFarlane cover. This book, and I let me get my numbers correct. I got it for $4. It's easily, even in mid-grade, it's like a $30 book. In a 9.8, it's the last sale of this book in a 9.8 eBay fixed price was $500. It goes anywhere from about $350 to $500, depending on auction, best offer, what you might be able to get for it. So that, I mean, even a 9.6 and maybe a 9.4 is worth grading. So that is just going to go, 9.4s are sub 100. That'll go in probably a pre-screen, depending on how it presses. I mean, I think based on the lack of flaws in the book, and this could possibly get a 9.8. It's going to take some work. It's going to go in a pile, so I probably won't look at it for like a year. Then I picked up some $2 books. It was $3.05 for 10. So I was working on my Action Comics run, and I found some Bronze Agers that were in pretty solid condition. This is from 1971. A lot of Nick Cardy covers. $4.37. $4.35. Neil Adams cover. It's a great one with Terraman. And this has key significance. I don't think it's that big a key. It's not anything anybody pays up for, but it's the first time we see the DC Bullet logo. Not a big deal. $4.69 and $4.33. And then I picked up a run later, but these were in pretty solid condition. And for $2, absolutely. Spidey Super Stories. Right? There are a couple of minor keys in here. The first appearance of the Thanos copter became a key during Loki Season 1. But these were based, it says Marvel Comics and the Electric Company. So for you kids, back in the 1970s, as kind of a follow-up to Sesame Street, because Sesame Street was aimed at preschoolers, they wanted the public television PBS wanted to develop a show that was more geared towards early elementary school kids, emerging readers. And they came up with this show, The Electric Company. So that was on when, like, I was an emerging reader. And it was a fairly popular show. It had Rita Moreno was in the cast. Morgan Freeman was in the cast. And they had these Spider-Man vignettes in the show where Spider-Man would run around. He wouldn't say anything, but he'd have word bubbles because you'd have to read, right? So they developed this series that lasted 50 some odd issues. And then, so I got issues 42, 44. These are all mid to higher grade. 46. I'm trying to read it in my 47. And this one with the Stilt Man. Why does it look like the Stilt Man stole the Penguin's laundry? Is that just me or, you know, whatever. 49, 50, 51, 52, and 54. So for $2 a piece, absolutely take those. And then I dug through the priced books, and I picked this up, Huntress #1. I have this. This isn't a 9.8 contender. It's higher mid-grade, but why did I pick up Huntress #1? Because one of the DC rumors is that they're developing a Korean-based Huntress movie. Now, I'm going to guess, because there have been two incarnations of Huntress. One is Batman's daughter. Unless Batman's Korean. And one is the Helena Bertinelli. Post-crisis, she was Huntress. It's what I think is appealing about the idea is that there's a very well-regarded South Korean action film director attached to the project. And I don't remember his name. And I haven't seen the books the movies he's worked on, but it kind of opens up a different genre for DC to have a character that's international, and to have that kind of a different take on action films. And South Korean cinema has been very, very popular lately. So anyway, then I went to another vendor and I picked up some priced books. I got this Ren and Stimpy #1. It's still in the poly bag, and it is a newsstand. That is going to go in the slabbing pile. New X-Men #1, minty New X-Men #133. I'm sorry, minty copy. First appearance of Dust. This is a pretty clean copy after a press. I think that's on the bag. That schmudge. First appearance of Dust. Hard book to get a 9.8 because of the black cover. Adventure Comics 315. This is a pretty copy. The only real problem is it does have a little bit of a reader's crease here. But, I mean, other than that, the colors pop. There's no real creasing. I mean, there's a couple of little things, but this is going into my PC as a 1963 book. Batman and Robin 1. I picked this up when the price is right. First appearance of Professor Pig. That's a high grade, potentially a gradable copy. Punisher War Journal, Jim Lee cover, potentially gradable. This didn't quite fit it. The front looks really good when I opened it up, and the back has some things on it, but I'm going to put this in the spec pile. This is the first cameo appearance of Bishop and the first cover appearance. Second print. You can notice the second print because the background is gold. And that does have some value in a 9.8. And then I went to... That was somebody different. Yeah. I picked up these two variants just because I don't have them in the PC. I wasn't really picking on variants at the time. And, plenty of you know that I am a Justice Society fan. I'm also a Justice League fan of this pretty cool Earth 2 or Earth 3 Crime Syndicate, however they had it. Picked up this Justice League 200. Not quite. Doesn't have a crease on the back. Not quite a night, but a great wraparound George Perez cover. That'll be up for sale. And this, I love Mike Allred, first appearance of Ecstatics. This is going to... It's a really, really clean copy. That's going to go in the slab pile. And then I picked up this Flash number 129. This is the first team up. They called it first team up, but they were in 123 together. Didn't they team up in that? Of Jay Garrick and Barry Allen. But that's, it does have a little thing on the back cover. It is the first appearance of a lot of the Justice Society members in cameo, like in flashback to their, I think it has a flashback to the adventures from All-Star Comics 57. So that's going to go in the PC pile. So when we do everything out, if I put, let's see, what is going, like spec, slabs, slabs, PC? Spec. Oh. And I didn't split these up as much as I could have when I was going through the pile. Those were all PC. This is definitely slabbed. PC. I gotta put a thing on that. It's gonna be sold. Let's go on PC. Selling these. PC those. Selling these. And PC these. Okay. So I just wanted to what the hell? No. Stack to sell. So I 6 books. 6 books to potentially slab after cleaning and press, right? So I paid $267, what I paid at the show. If I get a couple of these back, then it pays for everything. I mean, if this comes back in a 9.8, forget about it. It's a great day. But even not, if I get these 2, it's more than paid for everything else. And I'm going to be having some other books that I'm going to sell. So I think that's kind of how I approach going to these shows now. I didn't find anything on the walls that really sang to me in terms of something I wanted to grab. But I do like when I can pay like $20 or less for a book that, is $150, $200 or more in a 9.8, that I think it's a 9.8. You inspect it, press it, cross your fingers, get the right grader. That's a big aspect of it that is out of one's control. But that's kind of how I'm approaching it. So let me know what you think about the books that I picked up. And, if it makes sense for me to slab these books, the Conan, that could be a little bit of a project because it's beautiful, but it does I'm probably going to have to put that into a moisture tank and the whole 9 yards. But hopefully that can press out as nice as possible. I really keep looking at it and I see, is that a defect? And no, it's part of the artwork. So that just, and I've seen this in dollar bins before because Conan, at this point, I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, not in as nice a condition overall. So I've had a little bit of luck with that book lately. Let me know what you think about the books I picked up and the methodology that I'm using. In the meantime, and let me know what you think about my rack. I'm starting to get things under control. Maybe over Christmas break, I'll be able to really attack this basement. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. Take a look at a couple of my other videos here and here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.